Attracting remote workers in a competitive landscape. As more companies tap into the benefits of remote workers and contractors, competition for top-tier talent is becoming more intense, pushing businesses of all sizes to develop more innovative strategies to attract and retain these highly sought-after professionals. The growing demand for remote talent. The demand for remote workers has climbed sharply in recent years. The World Economic Forum even predicts that 92 million people will be working remotely full-time by 2030. This goes to show how flexible work arrangements, once considered perks, are now a must-have benefit. But offering remote jobs is only the starting point. To truly stand out and attract talent, companies must build a culture that meets the unique needs of remote workers. Remote workers seek more than just flexibility. They prioritize companies that foster a sense of belonging and trust, even without a physical office. This means that companies must work on their communication and opportunities for their remote workers, adopting tools and practices to make remote work collaboration as seamless as possible, and offering virtual training, mentorship, and promotions that don't rely on in-person presence. When potential hires see a company investing in a remote-friendly environment, they're more likely to choose that organization over competitors. In this blog, we'll provide everything you need to know to attract remote workers and independent contractors effectively. We'll also share some tips to build a thriving remote work culture that keeps your team motivated and engaged. How to attract remote workers and contractors. Key strategies and best practices. 1. Build a strong employer brand. A compelling employer brand helps remote professionals and contractors visualize their place in your organization. It communicates not only the perks, but also the values and culture of your company. GitLab, for example, openly shares their remote work handbook, showcasing transparency and trust. As an employer, you can highlight your brand by sharing stories of your remote workers or your remote work best practices as a company on platforms like LinkedIn. Work with your marketing team to create campaigns that highlight how you support remote workers and contractors. Remote work success stories can also be appealing to your prospective workers. At CXC, we do this with our very own Contractor Spotlight, where we highlight the stories of our independent contractors. Take the story of Anita Ture, an experienced professional in the accounting field. 2. Creating a remote-friendly culture. This starts in fostering an environment where remote workers feel valued, respected, supported, and connected to their teams no matter where they work. Candidates today want more than just a paycheck. They want to work for companies that align with their values and lifestyle preferences. A remote-friendly culture signals that your organization is forward-thinking, inclusive, and capable of supporting diverse needs. Airbnb, for example, has its Live and Work Anywhere policy, which allows employees to work from over 170 countries without pay cuts. At CXC, we promote asynchronous communication to effectively collaborate with various teams across different time zones and leverage tools like Monday.com and Microsoft Teams. As an employer, you also need to make sure that your remote workers are set up for success. Provide them the tools and technology they need to ensure productivity or set budgets for their home office equipment. And don't forget to recognize their hard work too. Use virtual shout-outs during team meetings or on communication channels to acknowledge their achievements or wins. 3. Streamline remote hiring and onboarding processes. When it comes to remote work, hiring and onboarding processes must be adapted to fit a virtual environment. This ensures remote workers feel confident and equipped to start their journey with your organization. Begin with a detailed job description that clearly outlines the role, required skills, and expectations in a remote context. Transparency about work hours, tools, and performance metrics is crucial to attract the right talent. To make things easier and more seamless, you can develop a digital onboarding portal where new hires can gain access to necessary resources like guides, tools, and FAQs at their own pace. Some companies also provide an onboarding kit that includes company-branded swag, a welcome message, and some reminders for the next steps. 4. Offer competitive and flexible benefits for remote workers. Benefits like home office stipends to help set up a comfortable and productive workspace, or wellness allowances for gym memberships and mental health support can greatly help your remote workers. These benefits show how you care about your workers' well-being and your willingness to invest in their success. Flexibility is also a key factor. Remote workers often appreciate the freedom to choose when and where they work, which helps them manage both personal and professional commitments. For example, companies like Buffer provide employees with flexible work hours and the option to take paid time off whenever they need it, encouraging a healthier work-life balance. This trend on flexibility is becoming more common across the board. CXC's recent Global Contingent Workforce Experience Survey found that companies are offering flexible work arrangements. More than half of contractors in Australia, 67.41%, and Asia, 66.04%, have the flexibility to work either remotely or in the office. Most workers lean toward remote work, showing how important flexibility has become important for contractors globally. 5. Ensure compliance when managing cross-border hiring. Hiring remote workers and contractors brings many benefits to your organization. However, managing them can bring a whole level of challenge. When hiring remote workers, especially in multiple countries, you have to consider that each country has its own labor laws, tax regulations, and requirements for compensation and benefits. Plus, most countries require you to set up a legal entity to hire full-time remote workers. This process is often time-consuming and costly, which can slow down your hiring process. One effective way companies can bypass these challenges is through a global employer of record, EAR, such as CXC. An EAR handles all the legal and administrative work that comes with cross-border hiring, such as payroll and tax, and ensures your company is compliant with local labor laws and regulations. How can companies ensure compliance when hiring remote workers internationally? Different countries have different requirements regarding employment contracts, paid leave, minimum wage, and working hours. As an employer, you have to stay on top of these laws and regulations to remain compliant and reflect these changes to contracts or internal policies. Failure to adhere to these laws and regulations can put your company at risk. If you don't have the expertise to navigate these complexities, you can partner with workforce solution experts such as CXC. This way, you can focus on other important aspects of the business. You can also leverage CXC's out of office to access pre-vetted top-tier remote talent, particularly in the tech space. Whether you need developers, engineers, or other tech professionals, the platform makes it easy for you to find the right fit. It streamlines the process by quickly matching your specific needs with skilled experts, saving you time and ensuring you get access to highly skilled talent. Engaging and retaining remote workers for long-term success. Attracting talent is one thing, and retaining them is another battle. To avoid high turnover rates, your company needs strong retention strategies. According to Gallup, replacing an employee can cost 1.5 to 2 times their annual salary. This includes the time and resources spent hiring, onboarding, and training new employees. For remote teams, the cost can be even higher when investments in technology and tools are lost if employees leave. It's important for companies to address the challenges faced by their remote workers to keep them engaged and motivated. Remote workers often face unique challenges, such as feelings of isolation, limited career growth opportunities, and difficulties maintaining work-life balance. Companies can address these challenges by foster connection, regular check-ins, virtual team building activities, and creating social spaces help remote workers feel part of a community. Promote career growth. Offer training programs, mentorship opportunities, and clear paths for advancement to show they have a future with your company. Encourage work-life balance. Support flexible schedules and initiatives that help employees balance personal and professional commitments. Building a remote-first strategy to attract and retain top talent. Attracting remote workers requires a strategic approach that focuses on employer branding, seamless hiring processes, and a supportive remote work culture. A strong employer brand is a must. Companies that emphasize flexibility, inclusivity, and work-life balance are more appealing to top talent. Highlighting benefits like career growth opportunities and a healthy work environment can significantly boost your reputation as an employer of choice. An efficient hiring process is just as important, as remote candidates value clear, time-respecting recruitment steps. Tools such as video interviews, asynchronous communication, and global payroll systems can make the process smoother. Beyond hiring, building a culture that fosters connection and engagement can go a long way toward your company's talent attraction and retention efforts. Hire remote workers and contractors easily and compliantly, whether you're looking to build your remote team in Asia or expand across multiple countries. CXC is here to guide you every step of the way. With over 30 years of expertise in the global employment space, our team of professionals ensures full compliance from sourcing, onboarding, up to offboarding, so you can focus on what really matters growing your business. Ready to take the next step? Get in touch with our team today.